This class is going to help you release the tension stuck in your body so you can leave your mat feeling open and relaxed. So today we're going to hold the poses for a few minutes, so really make sure that every time you enter a pose, you take your time to adjust yourself to make sure that you get all the benefits from it. You won't need any props today unless you know that you have tight hamstrings or closed hips. In that way you might want to have some blocks or pillows around you. If you'd like to play some music during the class, you can click on the link that's on the description on this video and it will direct you to the perfect playlist I've created for you. So we will start class today facing the back of our mat. So take your time, lay on your back, place the sole of your feet together and allow your knees to open on the side. So in this position, if it's too much, straight away on your hips, feel free to use your blocks or to place some pillows under your knees so you have some extra support here. And then just close your eyes, place your right hand on your belly, your left hand on your heart. Just take a few minutes here to make sure that you completely soften in your entire body. So make sure that you don't hold any tensions on your hips, allowing your knees to open. Try to soften your fingers, soften your face, and lock your jaw. Try to soften your tongue inside your mouth. Just taking a few seconds here to land physically but also mentally in your mat. Trying to leave everything that happened today just on the side of your head. Trying not to think about what's going to happen after this class, but just using this time on your mat for you and for you only. Starting to bring your attention to your breath. Just trying to see here if you can start to deepen your inhalations, feeling your belly, pushing your right hand away. And then taking your time here to exhale, feeling your entire body melting a little bit more on the floor. Doing your best to bring your attention back to the center every time that you notice your mind wandering away. Just trying to stay here for a few minutes. Taking your time every time that you inhale and every time that you exhale. Try to notice as you stay in this position, your hips starting to open. Maybe your breath slowing down. Feeling the weight of your body on your mat. Feeling your body getting a little bit more heavy every time that you exhale. Take one last big inhalation in this position. And then gently place your hands onto your knees. Bring your knees onto your chest and squeeze your legs towards you. Circle your arms around your legs. Maybe shift your weight side to side to massage your lower back. And then come back to the center. Keep a hold of your right knee and extend your left leg on your mat in front of you. Open your right arm onto the side. Take a big inhalation in this position. And then exhale, twist your right knee towards the left. Maybe turn your head towards the right if you want to go for a deeper twist. And when you arrive here, just make sure that you are not forcing anything in your body. Try to soften both of your arms, soften your face. And take a big inhalation into your chest. Feel your heart lifting up. And take your time to exhale, noticing the space here that you create. Soften your face and lock your jaw. Take your time every time that you inhale. every time that you exhale. Allowing yourself to stay here, doing nothing else but to breathe. Noticing the space that you create every time that you exhale. Take one last inhalation here. And then slowly use your exhalation to come back to the center. Again, bend both of your legs onto your chest. Maybe adjust your shoulders on your mat. And then keep a hold of your left knee. Extend your right leg on your mat in front of you. Open your left arm onto the side. Take a big inhalation here. And use your exhale to twist your left knee towards the right. Maybe turning your head this time towards your left hand. And then trying to close your eyes, to soften your face, to soften your fingers. Taking a big inhalation here onto your chest. Feeling the lift of your chest, of your heart. And then feeling when you exhale this twist happening inside of your belly. Your entire body melting a little bit closer to the ground. Doing your best then to stay here physically and mentally. Always trying to bring your awareness back to the center, back to your breath, to your sensations. Taking your time every time that you inhale and every time that you exhale. Take your final big inhalation in this position. And this time, stay as you are, but circle your left arm above your head so you can roll all the way onto your belly. Taking your time here to adjust yourself on your mat. Try to move slowly. Open your arms onto the side. Turn your head towards the left. Place your left hand under your left shoulder. Bend your left leg and slowly roll on top of your right shoulder so you can place your left foot behind you on the solid floor. So in this position, make sure that your right hand is still facing down. Use your left hand to maybe push yourself a little bit more. Try to soften your right leg. Try to lift your left knee towards the sky. If you want a little bit more in this position, you can maybe extend your left arm above your head and try to see if you can catch your hands together just to help you get a little bit more sensation into your shoulders. So wherever you are, try to again close your eyes to soften your face. Take a big inhalation here onto your right shoulder. Try to really feel the stretch onto your muscle and to your skin. And then feel when you exhale the space that you create. Not trying to force anything. Taking your time. Feel free to adjust yourself as you stay in this pose. Maybe to back off a little bit if you feel that this is too much now for your right shoulder. And again, do your best in this position simply to stay with your breath. Taking your time when you inhale, trying to feel the space here that you create on your right shoulder. And when you exhale, just trying to notice every sensations. Doing your best to stay here with your breath, not trying to look for any distractions. Trying to stay here just for another few rounds of breath. Take one last big inhalation here, and then slowly use your left hand on the floor to roll back on the center, laying down on your belly. Make any movement here that feels good to you, with your head, with your arms, and then simply open your arms again onto the side. Turn your head towards the right. This time, place your right hand under your shoulder, bend your right leg so you can roll on top of your left shoulder, so you can release your right foot this time on your mat. So again here, take your options, the options that works best for you. Take your time to enter in this position. And when you get there, just make sure that you soften your legs, that you soften your toes, your fingers. And try to take a big inhalation into your left shoulder. Really try to feel the stretch. And then exhale, trying to notice the space that you create. Trying to be patient with yourself, allowing every exhalation to help you relax a little bit more, create a little bit more space. Again, feeling free to adjust yourself as you stay in this position. We're just gonna be here for another 5 rounds of breath. Try to take your time. Inhale just one last time here. And then slowly again use your right hand under your shoulder and slowly, carefully come back to the center. Again, make any movement here that feels good in your body. And then place your hands under your shoulder, touch your toes on your mat, and gently press yourself back up, Open your knees as wide as your mat. Place your big toes together and have a seat onto your heels behind you. Release your forehead on the floor to take a child's pose. Try to walk your hands as forward as you can. Press your hands together and allow your hands to come behind your neck towards the sky. Another option in this position is to relax your hands on top of your back. Maybe walk your elbows a little bit further away from you to create a little stretch under your armpits. If you want more sensations in this position, you can maybe place your elbow onto some blocks if you have some. Otherwise, just stay here. Just make sure that your hips are falling towards your heels, that you're allowing your foreheads to really melt on the floor, allowing your heart to come a little bit closer to the mat every time that you exhale. Trying here to take your time when you inhale, to feel your lungs all the way up, trying to feel your back expanding behind you. And when you exhale, your heart's coming a little bit closer to the floor, your hips opening a little bit more, making sure that you soften your fingers, that you unlock your jaw, that you soften all the muscle on your face. Feeling free to take any other option with your arms. Maybe simply extending your arms in front of you. Maybe sending your arms towards the back of your mat, so you can allow here your shoulders to relax a little bit more. Just take the time to find the option that works best for you. And once you have it, allow yourself to stay here just for a few rounds of breath. Trying to notice the sensations, allowing your body to let go of any tensions that you might be holding every time that you exhale. Take one last big inhalation in this position. Then very gently place your hands under your shoulders so you can help yourself come all the way back up. And take your time here to have a seat onto your mat. Extend your legs in front of you. Make sure that you sit high here onto your sit bone, so maybe use your hands to really manually come all the way up. Place your hands outside of your legs and try first to do your best to make a flat back, to extend your back up. Try to press your chest forwards, take a big inhalation in this position. And then exhale, watch your hands in front of you. Touch your chin to your chest and just try to come forward as much as you can, allowing your back to round, to fold forward your legs. So don't try to force anything in this position. Maybe you're still up only with your chin touching to your chest. That's completely fine. You're only looking for sensations in this position. So in order for you to be able to create space, you have to allow yourself to let go. So make sure that you are not forcing your legs to stay into a particular shape. Allow your legs to bend. If this is too much for your legs, feel free to place some pillows under your knees. Make sure that your arms are heavy on the mat, that you are not trying to grab your feet. Allow your head to be heavy. Unlock your jaw and try in this position to take a big inhalation in between your shoulder blades behind you. And then when you exhale, try to feel the space that you create, your nose coming a little bit closer to your legs. Again, without forcing anything, but just using your breath to help you soften. Trying to feel the sensations behind your neck, on your lower back, behind your legs. Allowing yourself a few rounds of breath to soften into the pose, trying to be patient with yourself. Maybe trying to take a little bit more time every time that you inhale and every time that you exhale. As you've been in this position for a couple of minutes, maybe try to notice the difference in your body, the difference in your mind, making sure that you're really allowing yourself to create the space, that you're allowing yourself to let go. Just for another 10 rounds of breath in this position. Take your final big inhalation here. And then exhale and slowly keep your head heavy and use your hands to help you come all the way back up. Make any movement here that feels good in your body. Circle your neck, circle your shoulders behind you. And then take your time here to come into a wide straddle. Open your legs wide here onto your mat. So try to be mindful as you enter this position. Try to stay at your 95% capacity just to make sure that you are not forcing too much to keep the position. So take a second to adjust yourself, place your hands in front of you, and make sure here that you are not falling towards the back. Try to do your best here to flatten your low back. Keep your hands on your mat, try to squeeze your shoulder blades behind you, and try first to see if you can extend your spine all the way up. Try to press your chest forward, take a big inhalation in this position, and then try to lead with your chest, and very slowly try to come as forward as you can, and as soon as you feel your back rounding, just allow your chin to tuck onto your chest, release your arms in front of you, and just do your best here to soften into the pose. Try not to get too frustrated with your depth. Again, remember you're just trying to look for sensations as you enter this position. If this is too much for your neck, feel free to place some blocks or some pillows under your neck. Just make sure that those props are not holding you back, allowing yourself here to come forward. And when you found your depth, when you are in your position again, make sure that you soften everything in your body. Soften your legs, soften your arms, your face, and try again to take this big inhalation behind your back. Try to feel the expansion behind you. And use your exhalation to create a little bit more space. And as you stay here, if you notice any emotions rising into your head, frustration, impatience, maybe anger, just try to allow those emotions to exist. Don't try to chase them away. But try to use your breath to help you soften into the sensations, into the emotions. Try to see if maybe you can take longer and deeper inhalations. And if you can take a little bit more time when you exhale, trying to focus on the space that you create, even if it's ever so tiny. And try to see if breath after breath, maybe you can slowly make those emotions, those sensations slowly fade away, slowly disappear. Just a breath after breath. You can create a little bit more space in your body and in your mind. As you stay in this position, feel free to adjust yourself. Try to notice again if you're fully allowing yourself to create that space to let go. Take one last big inhalation here. Then use your hands to help you slowly come all the way back up. Maybe use your hands to bring your legs together. You can place your hands behind you and maybe shift your knees side to side to help your hips come back to neutral after this pose. And then touch behind your knees with your hands and slowly make your way onto your back. Squeeze your knees here onto your chest. Feel the compression of your hips. And slowly extend your legs onto your mat. Release your arms next to you. Turn the palm of your hands up. Close your eyes. Try to take here a very slow and deep inhalation through your nose. Feel your belly lifting up, your chest lifting up, your back expanding. And then open your mouth and exhale. Feeling the weight of your body on the mat. Allowing your body to stay heavy on the floor. For your final pose of the class, Shavasana.